Hello. Okay. Uh, we are back again, and today is the fifth day of our 90-day challenge. Man, like play, we're already on the right track. Seriously, you know. So it's like what is left? 5 days, right? 5 days is left. So this is beautiful. This is a good thing. You know, we are making progress. We're just starting. There are more things to come, like more things to learn on this journey. So on today, we're going to look at this Shopify page and see how we are going to achieve it. We all know Shopify. You know, for those who didn't know Shopify, Shopify is like WooCommerce. It's like WooCommerce in WordPress. You know, so it's mostly mainly used for building out an e-commerce website. You see, only that this is just for e-commerce. Whereby with WordPress, you can use WordPress to build out anything. You know, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's is a real estate site, whether it's a hotel booking site, whatever it is, you know, you can use WordPress to build it out. But for Shopify focused only on e-commerce side of things. Okay, so let's see how we are going to build out this. Yes. So this and you can see with the video playing and the Shopify logo here, the menu items, and the two buttons here, and the login and start free trial. Then the headline and the paragraph. This is actually a very simple layout. Yes, it's very simple layout, and you can see there's a button here. This button with this paragraph here, and then there's a video. So when you click on this button, I believe it's going to pop up. Yes, so the video is going to pop up. You see, and you can. This is a story about us. Okay, so you see, you can start watching the video. A company. Okay, so how do we get this done? You know, looking at it from here, you thought, this is just a simple layout. But then when you scroll down, now this function here has to do with pop-up. So you have to design a pop-up that when you click this, you know, it shows up, and then someone can play the video. So of course, there's a tutorial we did about pop-ups. You know, if you're part of our web design bootcamp that we did, I explained how to build out pop-ups, right? So that's a similar method we are going to use and build it. But first of all, let's go into it and see how. Okay, so let's go in here. So the first thing, of course, I'm going to look at the header here. You may be tempted to use multiple columns, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 columns or 4 columns, but we can still achieve this using a single column. And why do we always think about this? Why do we always think about, okay, how do we use little to achieve more? It's because of speed optimization. So, you know, when you add in the more containers and the more columns you're creating on your design, the more code the design is outputting, and those code will, you know, like accumulate and have effect on the page loading speed of the site. So if you think of, okay, this layout, how do I use lesser amount of containers and columns to still achieve it? If you can think of it, then that would be great. So that's why you can see here on this header, most people are going to use multiple columns for it, but no, we are going to use just a single container to achieve it. So to keep our code at minimum. All right, so let's click on this container here, and then okay, but before then I have to download you know, the resources. So I have to download the logo, I have to download the video. So let me go into the SVG export. Okay, so here's the logo. What other SVG will I need here? I think it's only the logo. Okay, so let me download it. Okay, then the video. Let's open it up here. Saying no video detected. But there's a video playing. There's a video playing. No video detected. So in that case, this is where I have to go into the code and see, because I believe it's because this video is in the background. So I think that's why it's saying okay, just detected something now. Let's see. Start and grow your e-commerce. You just detected something. Let me try and download it and see. Are you sure that's the video? Okay, this is actually an image, not a video. So you see, I think something is preventing it not to get the actual video, because you can see it kind of get confused. It thought this thing is a video, but that's an image. So now we have to go into the code itself and see what's going on here. Okay. Okay, so I have image background. Okay, so they have an image background which can be handy, That image background can be handy in some ways, in the sense that I think they use this image background in place of the video, like is in the background. So if the video couldn't play, then you are going to see this background. So this is going to be handy. Let's just save it. Let me save it while I look for the while I look for the video. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen it here. So it's under the picture. You see picture class, then inside it have the source media. This is it. See MP4. Okay. Let me copy it and open it here. Okay, so this is the video. Make sure this is the video. Make sure this is the video, because nothing is being played here. But that's MP4. So why is it not getting downloaded? Okay, there's another one. Ooh, there's another one here. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why all these things are here. The way they made it, probably they intentionally made it that way to confuse stuffs, to confuse all those extensions, because I don't understand. It's not even downloading. You should be able to download this. What's happening? I don't know. Clicking on this three dot here should bring out a download button for me. Let's see. Okay. You know what? Let me just click this to see. Okay, it detected it. Let me see if you can download it. I see something here. Let's see. Same thing. Couldn't. Okay. So I think it's not working. So in this case, we just have to use a different. We just have to use a different video. So I'm going to go to Pixel, then choose videos here. Type in Shopify. Let's see. Okay, nothing. There's no video for Shopify here. How about let me go to Pixabay. Pix Pixabay. Oops, Pixabay.com. Let's try it out and see if okay videos, then Shopify. Okay, none of them is showing anything. All right, let me just type in e-commerce. Because we just want to get a video that looks similar. Video that will look similar. Maybe about this guy here. Mm-mm. E-commerce. Maybe can also go to unsplash.com and try and see if I can get a video as well. I think Unsplash, I think they have a video. I'm not so sure. Let's see. Okay. I think this guy is only image that Unsplash have. Okay, but let's see what is there. Okay. Maybe let me just use this. We don't have to overthink it. So just grab a good image, a good video, and probably let me use the HD format, and then download it. Okay, so now that we have downloaded the video, so let's go into designing. All right, so here I'm going to add an image, which we are going to use for the logo, right? Okay, so left align, make sure it's left align. And of course, you are not seeing the test Shopify because, of course, this is a dark background, like is in a background. Okay, so another thing is I'm going to add a menu widget. Drop it. Then the next thing I'm going to add a button widget. Then I'm going to duplicate that button. So the first one says login. The second one says start free trial. So start free trial. Okay, so make sure your icon spacing, make sure is always set to 0 if we are not using any icon. Okay, so now I'm going to give this a temporarily black background, or probably think we can still have it here. Let's see just want to see the type of black background they're using. Okay, it's pure black for the test. So we can still use that same black. Okay, just for us to see what we are working on, be able to see this Shopify. Later on, of course, we are going to remove it. So now I have to make it side by side, right? And then make sure everything is aligned to the center. Okay, so now I have to click this, go to style, and reduce the width Probably 100. I think it's too small. Okay, maybe 120 pixel. 120 pixel. Okay, then um our menu. Now we start designing our menu. So our menu, let me just give it a white color first, so we see what we are working on. Okay, so the first menu item says solutions. The other one, pricing resources. So solutions, pricing, resources. Okay, and we now have what's new. Now have what's new. All right, then of course this is a drop down. This is a hamburger, no, a mega menu drop down. You see it is a drop down. Okay, so solution, resources, and what new drop down. Okay, so we can change the icon, the drop down indicator icons. Change it to something like the angle. Okay, then the next thing, we look at the sizes. And of course, when you hover on it, you see, when you hover on it, there's a white underline on it. So let me look at the sizing and see. So this is a white, of course, the color is white. Then the font sizing is 16. And they are using Shopify Sans, which is, um this is a custom font. You can't download it anywhere. It's a custom font, Shopify Sans. So this is the font size 16 pixel, and what else? Font weight 400. So looking at this font, it's similar to Roboto. So I think Roboto can give us the same feel as this. So we are going to use Roboto. Um, so on the typography, set this to Roboto. Okay, and then 16 pixel and font weight 400. Okay, and of course underline. There's an underline when you hover on it. There's this underline. So on the border type, I'm going to make it solid. Then put 1 pixel at the bottom. So, but before then, of course, okay, this is 0, 0, yes. So on the padding as well, 0, yeah. And this guy, 0. Then on the space between items, can space it out. Okay, to maybe 30. Yeah. All right. So here, this border radius should also be white. Yes. But in this case, I don't want it to show in the normal. It's only when it's hover. So when you hover on it, that's when I want it to show. So here on this normal state, I'm going to remove it, like make it transparent. Then go to the hover state, same way, put 1 pixel at the bottom and then white. So now, when you hover on it, Of course, there's a white this thing, but the test itself kind of changes color, right? So we have to. So on the test, the color of the test, make sure it's white as well. All right. So I think probably they are using 2 pixel here because looking at the thickness of their own listing, I think they are using 2 pixel instead. Okay. All right. Then let me see if I can maybe the line height make it like zero. Okay, not on there. Not, all right. So moving on, we have to design the button. So let's look at this button here. Clicking on it, what do we have? We have a 16 pixel. Then so practically the same thing, 16 pixel, same size with the menu item. How about the button itself? 16 pixel as well for the font size. Okay, so 700 font weight. Okay, how about padding? 8 pixel top and bottom and 20 pixel by the two sides. All right, so let's actually start it up. Let's go to the first button. I think let me increase the size of this. Let me increase it to 100 so that we'll be seeing what we are working on. Um, so going to the style on the topography, change it to Roboto, 16 pixel, font weight 700. Okay, then background color is white, text color is black. Then border radius is 100. Excuse me. Border radius is 100, and what else? The padding, 8 pixel at the top and bottom, and 20 pixel by the side. Okay, so now this doesn't look as this, and I think it's because they are using um I think the test itself has a line height. Let's see. Okay, a line height of 24 pixel. So if we add that same line height to our test, the button test, maybe it will give us, so here's line height at 24. Okay, so 24 and yeah, oops. Okay, so yeah, it's giving us a similar. Now something tells me maybe they are using a border. So it's maybe border of 1 pixel white as well. Then when you hover on it, is there any animation? So when you hover on it, okay, it becomes a little bit lighter, like the transparency. So on hover, the background color have to have some kind of transparency to it, maybe somewhere around here. Then I'm going to copy that same color. Then on the border color as well, paste it there on the border color as well. Okay, so now what I can do, okay, so when you hover on it, the white, what's happening? The white color have to, this is white color, right? Oh, I made a mistake. It's actually not on the white. So white color. Let's see. Yeah. So that's it. Paste it here as well. Okay. Then um to save time, I'll simply copy this, paste, paste style, and then all I have to do is remove the padding and the background from this one. So go to style, scroll down. So the padding, just remove it. So you make it 0. Then the background, remove the background entirely. Also the border type, set it to default. Then the border radius, simply remove it. Then the text color should now be white, you see, and of course white throughout. Okay, so this background here, I also have to remove it, and the border color also cancel it, clear it out from here. So now we now have this. This is now what we have. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, it's not as bold as the login. It's not as bold as I think they are using 400. Yes, so change it to 400. Okay, so now this is how it's looking. And if you look at the login and the button, the space between them, is more spaced out, probably around 40, whereby our own is kind of closer to each other. So I'm going to go to the container, then scroll down to gaps, set it to 40. Oops, I think it's actually too much. Let's look at this again. Okay, maybe around. It's not too much. I think maybe around 30. Let's try 30 and see. I'm trying to use my eyes to like gauge the distance now. Okay, it's definitely 35, but not 40. 40 is way too much. So 35 around that. Okay, yes, that's it. That's it. All right. So the next thing is okay. Looking at this feels a little bit jumpy. See, when we hover on it, kind of feel jumpy. So let's see why is it jumpy. So clicking on it, um, okay, on the normal, we didn't add any border type, but on hover, we added a border type of 2 pixel. So that's why it's jumpy. So here we are going to add a solid 2 pixel, of course, transparent. I thought we did it. Yeah, transparent. Then, okay, so now it's no longer jumpy. Doesn't feel jumpy again. Then our next section, looking at this, we have to figure out how many containers or columns we are going to use. So let's look. You can do it in a different way and use, let's say, 1, 2, 3. You can use 3 or 2 columns to achieve this layout. But I'm going to show you a way you can still use one column, just one column to achieve it. You see, so we open up one column again. Let me just give it a dark background again, which is the black. Okay, so let's drop a headline. Let's drop our headline. Okay, and also a paragraph. This headline have to be heading 1. Then we drop a paragraph. All right, then we drop a button, and of course, this is also a paragraph. So I'm going to copy this button here and paste it below this. Then copy this paragraph, paste below the button. Copy the button again and paste below the paragraph. All right. So next thing I'm going to do, make let me set the colors to white so we be seeing what we are working on. Set to white. Of course, everything is kind of messy now, but of course we are going to um get it working perfectly. So let me copy out this headline and paste it here. Okay, then copy this our guy here. Oops, this doesn't want me. Okay, thought it doesn't want me to copy it. So now we paste it here. Okay, so let's scroll down to the other text here. Copy it as well. Okay, so this one says watch this Shopify story. Okay, so paste this one here. And then this guy says watch the Shopify story. And it has an icon, a play icon. So you can simply search for play. And here's our play icon. Okay, so I'm going to maybe give it a spacing of around 10. All right, so now we have all the things we need. I'm going to go to the main container, go to the layouts, then change this to be row. Yeah. Then scroll down, make sure my wrap is active. Okay. And then make sure the justify content is spaced between, because I want to space this button to the extreme end. I want to space it out. You see, if I remove it, everything is aligned to the start. But when I make it space between, it goes this way. That's cool. Now, this this button here, of course, I have to make sure is aligned to the left. Yes, this guy, make sure it's aligned to the left, and not just aligned to the left. We have to add a grow into it. Yes. Then this one here, align to the right. Okay, if you look, there's this I don't know, so a kind of space around it. So let me go to the main container again. So here, align items, center. Now that space has left, but it's still evident here on the paragraphs. We're still going to remove that. So first thing I'm going to do is also give this container a height, because looking at this, I think the height maybe 100 I don't know, maybe 100 VH or more. So let's turn this to VH, which is the view height, and then give it 100 for now. Maybe we can still increase it later on, but let's keep it at 100 for now. Okay, now everything is kind of not as we want it. Yes, so it's because these headlines here, we have to make sure all of them are full width, so it doesn't break up in any way. Okay, um, scroll down. Apart from this, so these two ones have to be, like um, this headline here and this. have to be full width so that it will be like this. But then, if you notice, um, the spacings, they are too spaced out. It's not what we want. Let's see how we are going to tackle this. Prove this up, still doesn't solve it. Put it to center, still doesn't solve it. Okay, so the align item center. Oh yeah. So that's it. That now centers it. So align content here, center. But then even though it's centered, I still want some gap. Looking at this, I still want some gap here. You can see there's this big large gap here. So I'm going to click on the paragraph. Then now on the paragraph, maybe margin. Give it a margin of maybe let's say 60, 100. Okay, let's say 100, around 100 or so. Okay, so we're getting there gradually. Then now let's go to the main heading and of course start working on the sizing. So here on the main heading, let's see the font size. I'll click it. So this is 56 pixel and 700 font weight, and of course 1.12 letter spacing. So 56 pixel. All right, so let's go back here. Of course, the font we are using is Roboto. Then font size 56, font weight 700. Then letter spacing minus 1.12. Okay, so this one here, the paragraph. Let's see the size of the paragraph. Okay, so this is 22 pixel for the font and 400 font weight and 0.44 for the letter spacing. Okay, let me go up 22 pixel. Okay, so we go to the style typography, then change it to Roboto. Then 22 pixel. Of course, the font weight is normal 400, and letter spacing is minus 0.44. Okay, so let's look at what we have. Okay, so now this is what we have, right? And before we proceed, we have to look at the width of this whole thing. See where the Shopify started and where the button ends. So, and now look at our own. Our own is kind of too spaced out. So this tells me that maybe they are using 1080 pixels. So let's write 1080. Okay, let's look. Oh, probably they are using 1000. Yeah, let's look. Oh, okay, now this is our own is our own is now smaller. I don't know. Maybe around 10. Wait, we can still use our page rule. We can still use our page rule to kind of get a hold of the weight. So here is around 1033. That's the width. 1033, man. maybe this should have been maybe 1040. I think they're using 1040, but the exact distance is 1033. Okay. Um, well, let's just keep it at 1040. Yes. So kind of rounded number. Okay. So do the same thing here. 1040 as well. Okay. Then the next thing, this guy kind of breaks up from the beta to this. And also this guy here breaks up, and forms a second line. So whereby on our own case, everything is kind of on a straight line. So I'm going to click this, click the headline, go to advanced. Now on the padding, I'm going to use a percentage. And then I'm going to add a percentage to the right, maybe 30 or 40, I think 40% by the right. You see? Then do the same thing here, 40% by the right as well. So 40%, and that's it. Now, let me introduce you to a concept. Do you know why they broke it up this way instead of leaving it in a single line? It's actually for better readability. When you leave it, when you leave a bunch of text to, like when you allow a bunch of text for their width to kind of occupy 100% of a large screen, doesn't look good in the eyes. One, for aesthetics reason, it doesn't look good. Two, um, the readability is not that great. So there's some research that were done, UI, UX research that were done, and that around they found out that around um 60%, around 60, that is for desktop and tablet screens, around 60% of the width is like the sweet spot of readability. So that's why you see, I didn't check to see the exact width, and I kind of deducted 40% by, because I knew probably that I knew that peradventure they are using 60%, and of course that's what they are using. So they kind of took that guideline, that research guideline, that you have to, like, when you're working with text, let it not be more than 60% of the width of the screen. Let it not be 80, let it not be 70, let it not be 100%, but rather stick it to around 60, 50, even 40. It looks good, you see? So that's why they kind of break it up. All right, then moving on, let's see what else we have to start. We scroll down to this guy here. So first of all, you can see there's a space underneath. There's a space below it. We are still going to fix that. But let's see the size. Let's see the size of that. So let's click it. And the size is 14 pixel. Okay, 14 pixel and 400 weight, 400 font weight, 14 pixel. Okay, so let's go here. Saying login. Why is it asking me to login? What happened? Okay, so I've went ahead and logged in. Um, I went ahead and logged in. Okay, so the next thing is okay. I think we got in. Oh, I've forgotten it. Let me just do it again. Let's see. Okay, so this is 14 pixel and 400 font weight. Okay, so 14 pixel. Of course, make sure this is set to Roboto. Then the font weight is 400. Okay. Now we have to remove that spacing underneath, maybe minus 20, minus 25. Yeah, I think minus 25 works. And we have to make it, let it be a double line. We have to kind of break it up. Remember, we made it to grow. So in this case, I think instead of making it to grow, let me remove the grow and then add the grow in this button here instead. So this button here, I'm going to add the grow there. Okay, so here I'm going to change the size. So custom size 20. Okay, so 25, maybe 15. Oops, 18. Yeah, I think 18 works. Then the line height, going to check the line height. We make it like 20, yeah, to bring it closer. So let's look at what we have. So this is what we have. And I don't know, it's kind of mm, these guys here are closer, they are closer to the bottom. You see, so this tells me that maybe using this VH is not the best. So I'm going to remove it. Simply go to padding. On the padding, use 80 here or 60. 60 here. And then at the top, can use like 80 or even 100, 120 at the top. That's for now. Let's see. Okay, so I think there's a lot of space at the top. So probably 200 at the top. Yes, probably use like 200. Let's see, or maybe 180 at the top. And of course, if you look at the gap between the heading and the paragraph, this gap is probably around 60. So I'm going to go to layout, still on the container, the main container layout, then change this to, oh, but when we do that, when we do the 60, it's going to affect here, you see? So maybe, yeah, of course, we can still do the 60. So 60 here, no, have it 20 here, but on the row side, 60, yeah, okay, let's see. I think the 60 is too much. I think probably around 40 or 50. Okay, maybe 50, around 50. All right, then at the top, instead of that 200, bring it to probably 160. Let's see how 160 will look. Okay, let's make it 180. We may still increase it or increase it, but like for now, 180. All right. So now the next thing is to add our video because we have gotten the layout. It's for us to add our video. So, and of course, the video is going to be in this hero section. So go to the style. Here, I'm changing this to video and we are going to upload a video, right? So going back here, I'm going to the media, add new. Okay, so I'm going to drop in the video we downloaded. Remember, there's a video we downloaded, right? So let's wait for it to upload. Okay, our video has uploaded. So let me click on copy URL, then go back and paste it here. Okay. Mm, let's see. It's going to take, oh, it's already here. Then play on mobile. Yes, have to be on. Privacy mode. Yeah, you can turn it or leave it. Then the background fallback. Remember the image. The image I said is going to be handy, right? So let's get it. So what this does is, if the video fail to play, if by any chance, okay, when this kind of error, you see this error that shows up now. Let me do it again so you see what I mean. There's this error that showed up. Okay, so when this error shows up, what you have to do is simply dismiss the error, close it, update, and then refresh this page and try it out again. Now, going back to what I'm saying before, you know, the reason we have the background fallback is that when the video fails, if for any reason the background video fails to play, the image will automatically show up. At least let it not be empty, let it not be scanty. So the image, images can load faster than videos. So if maybe the network of that person that is viewing the site, if their network is slow and the image cannot load, then the image will, kind of replace the video. You see, if the video cannot load, the image will replace it. So that's why we have the image fallback. So let's click, let me go to style again, scroll down, image fallback, click it. Now, if I select the file, if I select the image again, it's going to upload. All right, so you see, we just uploaded it. Yeah. So, and it's there as our fallback. So if anything happens to the video, then the image will take over in its place. Okay, so let's see what we have here. This is the video, and the video is playing. Yeah. Okay, but then remember the video covers both the top section, right? And of course, I know you know how to do this because we have done it before where a background will cover the header section, right? So I know you know how to do it. So let's get to this. On the height, I'm going to make sure I remove anything, any form of background because I want it to be transparent. Then go to layout. On the height, maybe use like 60. Use like 60. Let's see. Probably 70. It's like around 70, yes. 70. And then if I go here on the hero section, this hero section have to increase. Like I have to use a negative margin to push it up. So minus 70. See, I'm pushing it up. But now I can't see the header, and it's because of the Z index. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the navigator to open up my navigator. Then click on the first column, which is my header. Go to advanced, scroll down to Z index, give it a higher number. I think 2 we do, but sometimes you may want to give it a higher number like 9, because probably there may be other sections on your homepage that you may give a Z index of 2, 3, 4, and you want the header at the top to always stay at the top. You see, so you give your header a very high number. Some even give it 99, some 9999, so like let it stick at the top, let it be above others. So now this is what we have. Now you see, we have to add more spacing at the top, more padding. So click on the hero section and here maybe use 220. Yes. Okay. Still going to add more. So probably 270. Yeah, because what I just did here was to add this 70 that we lost, add it here. I think to, okay, let's see. Yeah, so that's it. We're able to get this, going. And what else? Let's look at this and see that it's a pity we couldn't get the correct image, the correct video, but then, you know, so looking at this button here is actually styled differently. It's slightly bigger than this at the top. So these are stuffs you have to take note of when you're replicating a design. So let me click it to actually see the pattern they have there. So there's take note of the font size. The font size is 18 pixel. Then the font weight 700. Then they have 12 pixel at the top, bottom, and then 24 pixel by the two sides. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to click it. Go to so make sure this is the font size is set to 18. Okay. Then scroll down. Put 24 by the sides. Okay, increase this to, I think, 12. We use 12, right? Increase it to 12. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, so now it's looking much like it. And then the next thing is the hover effect. When you hover on it, why is this thing acting this way? Okay, so here is it. When you hover on it, you have a 2 pixel border around it and it's transparent. So let's get to that. So scroll up. Now we are no longer going to use a border width of 1 pixel. Okay, no longer going to use this. Rather, we are going to use 2 pixel. 2 pixel. Then go to hover. On hover. We have to make the background completely transparent. Let's see. While maintaining white, there shouldn't be any distinct transparency here. And then the text color also have to be white. So let's see. Alright, so this is it. We're able to get that. Now onto this one. This one, if you look at it closely, it has the same size. This button here has the same size as this. Only the feature, like only the styling changed, but it has the same size. So it tells me that it's the same pattern. So, and then when you hover on it, it kind of becomes a white background, but on a normal state, it's just transparent. So we can do that here. All I have to do is copy this, to save time. I'm going to copy this. Oops. Let me have to scroll down a little bit to see this. Okay. So paste my style, but in this case, when you do that, there's this other style we gave it will get removed. So the alignment have to be on the right, yes, and then the grow have to set the grow up. Okay, so now we have to now style it differently, make it transparent. So the width have to be 1 pixel. Then the background color have to be transparent. Okay, maybe somewhere around there. Okay, how about the color is white. The color of the text is white. and the boldness, that is the font weight, is just the normal font weight. Okay, and of course the spacing between icon spacing in 10 in 10. Okay, let's see if there's any this thing, line height. Let me remove that. Okay, since I removed the line height, kind of made it smaller, so going to increase it from the padding here, maybe use it like a 16 and 16 here. Yeah, okay, so let's look at this again and look at this. All right, so now we're able to get it. Watch the Shopify store. So this is it, is here, and then when you hover on it, you now want it to be white completely, right? Want it to be white. When you hover on it, white, and then the other one should be black. Ooh, okay, so my battery. Now when you make this a white on hover, yes, and then the text have to be black, right? And this is it, you see. So we're able to achieve that. Of course, my like I couldn't go through to finish the whole thing, like the mobile responsiveness, but I believe you'll be able to get the mobile responsiveness, get it going, you see. So this is it. We're able to replicate the design, right? So